Pepsi didn't just become a global powerhouse because of its taste. It got there through bold strategy, calculated risks, and a relentless drive to outmaneuver the competition. Every sip carries the legacy of a brand that has fought, adapted, and redefined the rules of the game. Pepsi's success isn't just about what's inside the can. It's about what's been happening behind closed doors for over a century. Beneath the surface of its refreshing fizz lies a story of ruthless rivalries, marketing gambles, and bold decisions that turned a struggling brand into a global empire. But here's the thing. Pepsi didn't just survive. It fought, adapted, and outmaneuvered giants. And the deeper you look into its journey, the more you realize that this isn't just a soft drink. It's a masterclass in strategy, and once you uncover the truth behind Pepsi's rise, you might never see it the same way again. The birth of Pepsi wasn't a corporate decision, it was a pharmacist's experiment. In 1898, Caleb Bradham, a North Carolina pharmacist, was searching for the perfect concoction, one that wasn't just a drink, but also a remedy for digestion. What he created was a formula unlike anything people had tasted before. He called it Brad's Drink, a blend of cola nut extract, vanilla, and rare oils. But soon, it took on a new identity. Pepsi Cola, a name inspired by the digestive enzyme pepsin. The irony? The drink never actually contained pepsin. Pepsi's early days were nothing short of a triumph. By the early 1900s, the drink had gained immense popularity, expanding beyond North Carolina and making waves in soda fountains across the country. It was affordable, refreshing, and quickly becoming a household favorite. For a moment, it seemed like Pepsi was destined to be the next big thing. But success was fleeting. Financial troubles in the 1920s, compounded by the economic turmoil of the time, forced Bradham to declare bankruptcy. What once seemed like a rising empire was now on the brink of collapse. For a moment, it appeared that Pepsi would fade into history, another forgotten brand swallowed by the market. Yet, where others saw failure, a group of investors saw potential. They took a chance, acquiring Pepsi and setting out to rebuild it from the ground up. It was a risky move, but one that would set the stage for one of the greatest comebacks in business history. And that's when things started to get really interesting. Pepsi's resurgence wasn't just about bouncing back, it was about domination. After clawing its way out of financial ruin, Pepsi wasn't content with just surviving. It had a score to settle, and Coca-Cola was its biggest obstacle. The soft drink industry wasn't big enough for two giants, and Pepsi knew that to win, it had to do more than just sell soda. It had to outthink, outmaneuver, and outright challenge the world's most powerful beverage brand. If there's one thing Pepsi has always understood, it's that competition isn't just about making a better product. It's about outsmarting your opponent. And in the world of soft drinks, there has been no bigger rivalry than the Cola Wars. Pepsi and Coca-Cola have spent decades battling for dominance, but behind the advertising campaigns and taste tests, something else was happening. A war of secrecy. For years, rumors swirled that only two Pepsi executives knew the full formula at any given time. Some even claimed that each of them only knew half the recipe, ensuring that no single person could recreate it. But whether this was a marketing ploy or a genuine security measure, one thing was certain. Pepsi's recipe was treated like a state secret. And then, in 2006, an event unfolded that proved just how serious this war really was. 3 people attempted to sell Coca-Cola's trade secrets, including confidential documents and even a sample of a new Coke product, to Pepsi. But instead of taking advantage, Pepsi did something no one expected. They reported the incident to Coca-Cola and the FBI. The sellers were arrested, and Pepsi walked away with its reputation intact. But if you think that meant the battle was over, you'd be mistaken. With the Cola Wars heating up and Pepsi proving itself a formidable competitor, the brand needed a way to truly tip the scales in its favor. It wasn't enough to simply compete with Coca-Cola. They had to shake the foundation of consumer loyalty itself. And that's when Pepsi's marketing team devised a plan so bold, it would change the way people saw soda forever. Marketing can make or break a brand, and Pepsi has never been afraid to take risks. In 1975, it launched what would become one of the most controversial and impactful marketing campaigns in soft drink history, the Pepsi Challenge. The premise was simple: blind taste tests where consumers unknowingly sampled both Pepsi and Coke. The results? A shocking number of people preferred Pepsi. This campaign turned the industry upside down. Coca-Cola, the reigning champion, suddenly looked vulnerable. The Pepsi Challenge painted Coke as the old, outdated choice and positioned Pepsi as the cooler, more rebellious alternative. And the numbers didn't lie. Pepsi's market share surged. But Pepsi wasn't done yet. Fast forward to 2025, and history repeated itself. This time, Pepsi revived the challenge, focusing on Pepsi Zero Sugar versus Coke Zero Sugar. With health-conscious consumers turning away from traditional sodas, this was Pepsi's chance to dominate a new segment. But success in marketing comes at a price, and Pepsi was about to learn that the hard way. But Pepsi's fearless approach to marketing hasn't always worked in its favor. For every masterstroke that catapulted the brand forward, there was a misstep waiting to drag it down. And as history has shown, not every gamble pays off. For every brilliant marketing move, there's a misstep that leaves a stain on a brand's reputation. And Pepsi has had its fair share of disasters. One of the biggest came in 2017 when the company released an ad featuring Kendall Jenner. The ad, meant to promote unity, showed Jenner handing a Pepsi to a police officer at a protest. The backlash was instant and brutal. Critics accused Pepsi of trivializing real-world social justice movements, turning activism into a commercial gimmick. Within 24 hours, Pepsi was forced to pull the ad and issue a public apology. But that wasn't the last time Pepsi found itself in hot water. In 2024, amid growing geopolitical tensions, Muslim-majority countries launched a widespread boycott of Western brands, including Pepsi. Practically overnight, local soda brands saw a surge in sales, cutting into Pepsi's dominance in key regions. For a company that thrived on its global reach, this was a crisis it couldn't ignore. Surviving controversies is one thing. Thriving despite them is another. Pepsi has never been a company to dwell on its failures. Instead, it adapts, reinvents, and charges forward with new ideas, ensuring that no single setback defines its future. And perhaps the most powerful weapon in its arsenal has been its ability to diversify beyond soda. If there's one thing that separates Pepsi from the competition, it's adaptability. Instead of focusing solely on sodas, Pepsi took a different approach: diversification. Unlike Coca-Cola, which primarily sticks to beverages, Pepsi built an empire that spans snacks, health drinks, and even sustainable products. In 2025, Pepsi brought back Slice, a once-forgotten soda brand, but with a new twist. This time, it wasn't just another sugary drink. It was a fruit-based, healthier alternative, targeting the wellness-conscious consumer. And this wasn't an isolated move. Pepsi has continually expanded its product line, acquiring and launching brands that appeal to evolving consumer preferences. Pepsi's snack division, featuring brands like Lay's, Doritos, and Cheetos, ensures that even if soda sales decline, its revenue streams remain strong. This level of strategic diversification is what keeps Pepsi ahead, allowing it to navigate changing trends while maintaining dominance in the industry. So, what is the real secret behind Pepsi's success? It's not just about taste. It's not just about marketing. It's about playing the long game, outsmarting rivals, turning failures into opportunities, and knowing when to pivot. From the Cola Wars to the Pepsi Challenge, from groundbreaking campaigns to major controversies, Pepsi has continuously evolved, proving that success isn't just about what's in the can. It's about the strategy behind it. And with every bold move they make, one thing is clear: the battle for soda supremacy is far from over. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe.